Hello everyone, I am Nyayapati Gautam and welcome to my channel on vocabulary. This is a channel that I'm starting off today to help anybody and everybody who wants to improve their vocabulary. This could be people like me who just want to improve their language skills, or it could be students who are appearing for various competitive exams like CAT, the GRE, the GMAT, or any exam which has a vocabulary component in it. So what's going to be different in this channel as compared to the whole host of other channels that are already present on YouTube? Well, for one, the location. I'm absolutely stoked to be bringing you a vocab channel from the great outdoors. I mean, never have I done any vocabulary episode or an episode on reading comprehension from the outdoors. So I'm feeling elated. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm delighted with that. So that's one. Second, I'm not going to be telling you boring stuff like, okay, this is a word and this is the meaning. Oh, no, I mean, that's terrible. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be telling you stories about words. Yeah, words have stories. And when I tell you those stories, you will remember stories. All of us do. We may forget data, we may forget math, but we do remember stories. Do words have stories? Of course they do. Of course they do. For example, I will be talking about words in categories like toponyms or eponyms or even contranyms. So what are these categories? A toponym, for example. Toponyms are names of places that have become words in the English language. And if a place has become a word, then obviously there has to be a story behind it. For example, Golconda. We all know what Golconda is. Golconda is a fort in southern India in the city of Hyderabad. But that's a word. And the reason why Golconda, the place, became a word Golconda in English is because of a particular story. And I'm going to be telling you those stories. And when you remember those stories, you remember meanings. What are eponyms? Eponyms are names of people that have become words in the English language. And these people could be historical figures, they could be religious figures, they could be fictional characters. But there is a reason why that particular name has become a word. For example, Caesar. Caesar, Julius Caesar, why on earth is that a word? There's a story behind it. Mary Magdalene, why is that a word? There's a story behind it. So I'm going to be telling you stories about how these people, or rather their names, became words in the English language. And when I tell you that story, you are gonna remember it. What are contronyms? Contronyms are a very interesting category of words. That is one word which has two meanings. Now you might say, hey, look, there are so many words which have multiple meanings. Of course. But here there is a catch. Contronyms are those words which have two meanings which are diametrically opposite to each other. A small example, something like the word cleave. What does cleave mean? Cleave means to stick together. Interestingly, cleave also means to chop and divide. So, how do you figure out the meaning? From the context. And how did this originate? I'm going to be telling you that story. Apart from these, we are also going to learn how to break a word down. You take a word and break it up. I'm going to be teaching you how to do that. How on earth is that going to help? Very simple. You take a word and you break it down into its component parts. What are the components? There is the root, there's the prefix, and then there is the suffix. Now, assume you encounter a word in your reading which you are absolutely unfamiliar with, but you are aware of what the root means. You know what the prefix means, and you also know what the suffix means. So even though this particular combination of prefix, root, and suffix is new to you, and this word is something that you've never encountered before, just by the ability to break it up into its component parts, you'll be able to understand what the word means. So we're going to be doing this entire set of roots, prefixes, and suffixes, and then try to improve our vocabulary through that. So it's going to be a whole host of stories in terms of eponyms, toponyms, contronyms, a whole host of roots, prefixes, and suffixes, and also loan words. Now, what are these loan words? Now, what English has done is it has taken words from different languages. Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam, Marathi, Hindi, Urdu, Persian, Mandarin, Japanese, Yiddish, what have you? I mean, we all know just Latin and Greek, but all of these languages, Portuguese, Italian, including Navajo, Swahili. Now, when we take up these words from different languages and trace their origin and also the final destination, that is the English language, that's again a story. Did you even ever imagine that English has borrowed from Navajo, a Native American language? It has. So that again would be a story. So stories are things, like I said, which we remember. And when we remember those stories, we will remember the meanings of the words. And that's how it's going to be helpful in improving our vocabulary. So get set and be ready for a series of posts, a series of videos on improving your vocabulary based on storytelling, based on roots, prefixes, and suffixes. And let me assure you, we're going to have fun on this journey. Don't forget to like this video and do subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.